Hi Gemini, and welcome to your mid-month February check-in zodiac reading. What a mouthful, oh my days. Now, February is quite a short month, and it was also the first month that I launched the second channel. So I asked those who watched the first February predictions video to suggest what they wanted me to cover in the checkup topic. A check-in video, should I say. So literally, I think all of you said love, except for maybe one person. All of you wanted to know about love. It's Valentine's Day month. And I was like, yes, thank you for being honest. I think that a lot of other people wanted the same thing, but maybe didn't specify. So welcome Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and cross watchers. Let's have a look at what is happening in love for you, Gemini. I am going to pull 3 cards from this deck, the True Black Tarot deck, and then we're going to get some more clarifying cards from other decks. Spirit, what is happening for Gemini in love as we close February? What is happening for Gemini in love as we close February? What is happening for Gemini? As we close February, we're being shown the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse position. What is happening in love for Gemini, Spirit, for the rest of February? Hi, we have the 5 of Cups, okay. A change of heart for a lot of you, a change of heart. Oops, excuse me. Can you focus, please? 5 of Cups. This camera. What else is happening for Gemini as we close this month when it comes to love? We also have the Ace of Cups. Wow. Okay, so this is interesting. To me, it's interesting. You are having a change of heart this month. Before the month ends, and it could have a lot to do with Valentine's Day, or just you've had time to think about something and you're reevaluating what you want. I feel that for many of you, you're lessening your expectations with the Queen of Pentacles reversed. You're looking at a situation more realistically and you're going, you know what? Maybe it was unfair for me to expect all of this now. I want to say that those expectations are still there, sweets, because you know your worth, right? This isn't compromising the bare minimum, but this is a reevaluating what you are needing right now versus what you want. So I think that for a lot of you, we're looking at the difference there, and we're looking at that from somebody else's point of view. It feels that for most of you, you're trying to be more open and less restrictive about who you let in and how you let people in as well. If you're dealing with someone in particular, it feels like you've had a change of heart about this person and you're trying to stay open towards a new opportunity in love. This change of heart comes as a feeling of disappointment at your core, but it also comes with this acceptance of, well, it's time for a change. I don't see this as necessarily grief or loss. I see this as you instigating change in order to allow more in. It's like, say you had a filter, right? You were on Google and you were like, okay, I want to search for love, but my filters are, they have to do this, they have to be that, they have to be like this, and blah blah blah. And before you know it, like, search results are like literally one person, and even then you're nitpicking. So I think what you've done is you've gone back to your filter and you've gone, actually, they don't have to have a necessarily successful career right now. They don't have to have a tattoo on their left forearm. They don't have to have something else, like blah blah blah. So you're kind of like lowering your expectations in that sense, whether you're open to, like, whether you have someone in your life or not. And this is really just to allow more in. It feels like you're trying not to disappoint yourself. So for some of you, I am getting a message that you're dealing with someone who you feel is needing a lot of compassion and patience, and you have to kind of like put your own needs on the back burner in order to allow this relationship to have a chance. And for others of you, you're just finding it hard to find someone that you're genuinely compatible with. And you're looking at the material stuff and going, well, I guess that can be, that can be created with time. That's something that comes with experience, or that's something that, you know, it comes and goes. It's fickle. What I really want is more of an emotional connection. So I'm going to lessen that expectation and focus more on getting the emotional connection that I want. And I think this is difficult for you. You may not consciously know that you're doing this. With the Nine of Wands reversed, the intention is to lower your guard and to be more open and vulnerable, as well as try a new strategy when it comes to love. Because it feels like the pre-existing strategy just wasn't working for you, and you feel like you're impatiently running out of time. You feel like you were fighting your own sort of war here, like battling yourself. So many of you have had this awareness of like, well, if I want this to work, I have to be more flexible, I have to be more giving, I have to be more open-minded, and I have to really allow someone in who may not necessarily be my dream person, but maybe with time, you know, we can establish a connection that is fulfilling for both of us. So it's an interesting way of looking at love, Gemini, because I feel like it's not something that you're going to do for the rest of the year. I think this is just something that you're trying for February, and then if it goes well, you're going to want to start bringing your expectations back. Let's have a look at your main challenges in love as we close this month. Those are your main three themes. Let's have a look at your main challenges now. What is Gemini's main challenge in love for the rest of February, Spirit? We have the King of Pentacles. The main challenge is finding or creating a counterpart that is compatible with you. You're showing up as the Queen of Pentacles, someone who has expectations, standards, and an idea of what they want for their future. And with the King of Pentacles here, your main challenge is finding someone who fits that role next to you. It feels like you want structure in your life as well, in your love life. You want a loyal, committed, reliable person, someone who you know you don't have to worry about. I think that's something that you want, is that security of coming back to something, because you kind of feel like you just need that constant, what's the word, like a stable person in your life. Maybe you're going through quite a lot at the moment, Gemini, and you're realizing that at the end of the day, like, you just need someone who is emotionally supportive of you, reliable, committed, and someone who you can rely on, a stable person. So what is the main issues in love for Gemini here, Spirit? What is the main issues in love for Gemini? We have the Knight of Pentacles, taking steps towards that kind of relationship. Some of you have a person in mind with who you would want a loyal, loving, stable relationship with, but the tricky part is really taking steps towards that with this person. And I think that the tricky part is investing long-term time with that person as well. You're either finding it hard to find people who fit that description for you, or you're finding it hard to settle into that idea with someone who's already established in your life. Could be both for some of you who aren't really tied down. You're just sort of entertaining an opportunity with someone. I think with the Knight of Pentacles as well, timing, sweets. You feel like you're running out of time, or like it's going to take too long to get what you want. Some of you, it could be due to age or other things that are going on in your life, like you're running out of time to create this meaningful relationship. But that seems to be an issue for you as well. Are there any other significant issues that Gemini needs to be made aware of? We're going to get advice about all of this, as well as good news when it comes to your love life, by the way. We're not just going to focus on the issues. Any other significant issues when it comes to their love life that Gemini needs to be aware of? Y'all got the Seven of Wands reversed. Okay, let me bring that real close. Seven of Wands in the reverse position. It's not that you don't have courage. It's almost like, the thing about that Seven of Wands is like sometimes fighting and maintaining a position and really overcoming the adversity that you seem to be facing. I think what's going on here is that the main issue here is kind of, I don't want to say that. Spirit, can we clarify real quick? Eight of Cups reversed. Yeah, It's about knowing how much energy to invest in someone that's already a part of your life. I feel like the issue is, do I stay or do I go, for some of you who are on that fence of like, you've got someone in your life who isn't really ticking the boxes. So what do? Do you go back out there into the dating pool and try to catch another fish? With the Eight of Cups reversed, we're doing this to and fro energy, where we kind of don't know whether to keep fighting forward or whether we need to just like go back and do something different. And remember, your main theme was that you're going to agree that it's time to try something different. You need to change the way that you approach love in order to get the outcome that you want, which may mean changing who you're giving your attention to. I think that a challenge is sticking to that though, because if you have someone in your life who is somewhat comfortable but not necessarily meeting your expectations, I think that you may return to them still feeling emotionally like unfulfilled, because they're not ticking that box well, but they are comfortable and they're someone who you can kind of feel comfortable with. They may fulfill you in other ways. They may gratify your material needs or your sexual needs, but they don't emotionally fulfill you from the looks. So a struggle here seems to be letting go and knowing when and how to move forward. Really committing to that idea of like, okay, it's time to try a different strategy because I'm too exhausted to continue doing this. So Spirit, can we get any advice about these significant issues before we move forward? Any advice? Actually, we're going to get advice with the Black Tarot deck because I want to pull other cards from that other deck eventually. What is the advice for Gemini when it comes to their significant issues, Spirit? Starting with the King of Pentacles, we have the Seven of Cups in the reverse position. Wow. You're being encouraged to stay grounded and to observe your dreams as something that can be reality, even if it's not materializing in front of you right now. Can we clarify the Knight of Pentacles, please, Spirit? We are being shown the High Priestess in the reverse position. These cards look so cool under this camera. Okay, can we clarify that Seven of Wands for advice, please, Spirit? How does Gemini overcome that issue? We have the Queen of Swords, if she will focus. Come on, Queen. It's kind of you, Gemini. You're the Queen of Swords. I would consider you to be the Page of Swords. I'm so sorry. But yeah, we'll say that's you though. Listen, bottom deck energy is the Three of Cups. So you're being encouraged to kind of be more social and emotionally connected to the people around you that are non-romantic, your friends specifically, people who can show you a good time and just give you more emotional fulfillment, even if it's not in the deep ways that you are seeking. It is somewhat of a connection. And I think that Spirit is just encouraging you to stay connected throughout the month, especially if you're going into low moods of sadness and disappointment. You're being encouraged to stay connected to your social circle. Now, when it comes to your expectations over finding an ideal partner, you are being encouraged to start being more practical with your approach to this, to actually start going out there and meeting new people. But the way that you're being encouraged to do this is in a multitude of ways. Don't confine yourself to one resource, aka dating apps or conventional forms of meeting people. Do it all is what Spirit is encouraging, and have fun throughout the process. So it's more about like going out and trying new things for you. Not necessarily expecting to meet the love of your life around every corner, but certainly bringing more practical efforts towards this goal of meeting someone who is able to meet your expectations. I'm being shown that you need to be more realistic about your expectations as well, because some of you have stitched yourself up creating this unrealistic expectation as a form of protecting yourself from people. Instead of actually being open, you've gone, no, they don't have that tattoo on their forearm, to protect yourself from the idea of like, what if it doesn't work out with that person? So be more realistic about your expectations as well. Now over here with the High Priestess reverse, clarifying our Knight of Pentacles, you do have this tendency to kind of flip and change your energy when it comes to that long-term goal or that long-term investment. And I think that the thing with this relationship is It's not about looking so far ahead and trying to forecast what is going to happen. It's more about being fluid and flexible in the moment to meet that person in the first place. Basically, this is kind of like, don't doom it until it's started. Don't say it's going to fail until it's actually started. You're almost being called to stay grounded here and to not think too far ahead, predicting and expecting it to fall apart before it actually began. And over here as well, that is specifically applicable to new people that come into your life. And over here with the Queen of Swords, you are being encouraged to have a bigger picture response to your love life. You're being encouraged to look at this as there are plenty of fish in the sea situation. There are plenty of chances and opportunities, and you're being encouraged to look at how your actions failed in the past and what you can do differently in the future. Being reflective, being decisive, and being quick-witted about it as well with that Queen of Swords. Understanding when to take action and how to nip things in the bud appropriately in terms of your own efforts and energy exchanges with other people. I hope that makes sense. Let's get some good news in love for you to close your reading. What is some good news in love for Gemini before the end of February? What is some good news in love they'll be receiving? King of Cups reversed. Spirit, how is this good news? Can we focus, please? We don't have time. How is the King of Cups reversed good news for Gemini? We have the Four of Wands. Okay, you're freeing yourself. A situation that may have controlled you emotionally is no longer going to be emotionally controlling. It also shows that vulnerability pays off. So listen, depending on which side of the fence you sit on, if you are someone who is trying to leave a situation behind and move forward, I see this bringing you the stability and harmony in your life that you need in order to be emotionally available enough to be open to other opportunities. And for others of you who are struggling with a current relationship that you really want to work on, changing your strategy by being more emotionally invested rather than physically invested in terms of materially or practically is going to strengthen this relationship and bring the harmony, balance, and peace that you are both needing and wanting. It is about addressing this situation realistically, though, from the beginning, observing how it isn't working and what you believe you need to do in order to move forward so that you don't continue to feel disappointed and so that you are allowing emotional growth within yourself and within your relationships as well. That is a huge blessing for you because I think that this will eventually lead to that commitment that you have been chasing with the Hierophant at the bottom deck energy. You're also being called to step it up and to enforce the changes that you've been mulling over when it comes to your love life, sweets. That's what I'm seeing for you, Gemini. Happy Valentine's Day. It has been a pleasure to read for you again. I hope this reading resonated for you. If you think that certain things didn't quite hit, you may have messages in the other parts of your natal chart, your sun, moon, rising, or other aspects. You're welcome to look at your chart and see what you want to focus on. If you want to focus on love, you may want to look at the Venus sign or even the 7th house for partnerships. You may even want to look at the 10th house for family and longevity if that's what you're into. But I would mostly look at Venus or your 7th house placements. Thank you so much for joining me again, Gemini. Have a wonderful rest of your Feb, and I shall see you in another video. Bye!